What's up, guys? My name is Daanish. I'm a six-figure Airbnb superhost. I currently operate over 12 short-term rental properties, doing over 30,000 a month inside of my Airbnb business. In this video, I'm going to share exactly, what is Airbnb arbitrage, how you can get started, and a little bit about my journey and how I got started inside of the space. Just to give you guys a brief intro of who I am. I'm 27 years old, from Chicago. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18, 19. I've done different kind of businesses, but short story, I got started inside of the Airbnb space around 18 months ago in mid of 2022 when I was looking just for a different revenue source of income that I can make, something more into passive income. That's kind of when I came across different YouTube videos, something like what you guys are watching right now, where I found a YouTube video from a interview with a guy that was talking about Airbnb arbitrage in specific, from a interview that he did with Grant Cardone. And it really intrigued my idea of you don't have to own properties to actually do Airbnb. That's where I eventually got into different courses and different coaching programs that led me to really getting started with my Airbnb journey in middle to late October, middle to late 2022. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering what the heck is Airbnb arbitrage or short-term rental arbitrage? And I'm going to break it down for you guys. All Airbnb or short-term rental arbitrage is where you are basically renting a property from a landlord or a property owner on a lease, like a regular tenant. You're signing a 12-month, 24-month, 36-month lease. You're getting permission from that landlord or the property owner that you can sublease their place and be able to list their property on short-term rental platforms like Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com. Of course, Airbnb being the biggest platform there is in the short-term rental space. Now, from there, you basically would go out, furnish the property, list the unit, launch it on your Airbnb hosting profile, and then whatever you make on Airbnb, subtract it from the rent that you pay every single month plus your utilities, is basically your net profit. So let's just say you get a property in Texas for a 2-bedroom spot and your rent every single month is $2,000 a month. And in one of the months you make $4,000 on Airbnb, subtract it from your rent. Let's say your utilities were $200. Now, you subtract the $4,000 that you made on Airbnb minus 200. That's going to leave you with a net profit of $1,800 a month. Now, the best part about this business is you can automate and delegate over 90 to 95% of this business. If you do it correctly, you can hire the cleaners in place. You can leverage automation devices. You can leverage automation tools for almost 90 to 95% of this business. And that's the beauty. One of the biggest beauties of this business, if you're looking to get into something that can start generating you passive income, something that can make you money, whether you're sleeping, whether you're working out, whether you're working general, whether you're traveling anywhere, money can still come in because of this business model. Now, that's kind of what Airbnb arbitrage is in very simple terms. And just like I was talking to you guys about my journey, I got started in middle to late of 2022 from different YouTube videos that I started watching, eventually different coaching programs that I got into, and I took action. I got my first property in about 5 to 6 months of really tapping into this space and starting to get educated around what short-term rental arbitrage really is. And I got my first property in Houston, Texas. Had a little bit of success, nothing too crazy, but it got me super intrigued because I was sitting in Chicago back home, had a property I never went to, but I was operating a lot of it remotely, had the right cleaners in place, had set up some of the automation tools and devices in place, and money was coming in. So that's when I took the next step of really scaling the business, because I tell people if you can learn how to get one property correctly and learn how to do the business, you can really scale this business to get 2, 5, 10, and more properties down the road with scaling this kind of business. So here's 5 practical tips that you guys can actually take to start your Airbnb or short-term rental arbitrage journey. Number 1, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to create a company, or what you would call an LLC, which you can simply do from websites like LegalZoom or InkFile. You can go create an LLC, takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and it can get done for a couple $100 depending on the state that you're in. Number two, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create an EIN, which you can also get for free from irs.gov once you have your LLC created, which can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. The second thing you do is get the EIN number, which is like your social security number for your business. After that, you're going to want to open a business checking account, preferably Chase or Bank of America. Once you have that created, and as long as you have a good credit score, which typically would be anything above a 680 plus, and you have a pretty good credit profile, you can go ahead and apply for business credit cards. The beauty of business credit cards is they do not report on your personal credit score. So the utilization that you spend money on a business card will not report to your personal credit score. It's not going to weigh down the score. Plus, with business cards, you can get approved for higher limits. Plus, you can get bonuses. Plus, there's a lot of 0% business cards out there. Some of my top favorites are the Chase Business Ink Unlimited, the Amex Business Cash Card, the Amex Business Plus. There's the Capital Spark one. There's a Bank of America business card. A lot of these cards have anywhere from like 9 to 18 months of 0% interest. Now you can get approved, anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 on these business cards, depending on your situation and if you know how to apply for these cards correctly. Now, you can now leverage that business income into getting properties. Now, the way you're going to want to get into your first property is there's two ways. You can either get into a turnkey property where you're getting inside of different Facebook groups or finding different connections from people who already have connections to a property that's approved by a landlord. The next thing you'll want to do, or the other thing you can do, is you can go out and pitch landlords by going on websites like Zillow, Trulia, apartments.com, and you can find places that are for rent by a landlord or a property owner, and you can go out and pitch them through a call, through an email, or meeting them in person on why they should allow you to do Airbnb or short-term rentals. Once you get permission from them to do that, you're going to want to run your analyzation and data. You're going to want to do the right research to make sure that property can actually be profitable once you list it on websites like Airbnb. Once you've done that and you've got approved for a property and you've done the right research, you're going to want to go out and furnish that property correctly. So this is huge because you don't want to half do the furniture. You want to professionally furnish your property, which you're going to want to use websites like Zillow or websites like Wayfair, Amazon, Walmart, Target. These are some of the top websites that you can use to go out and buy furniture and order furniture to your property. Once you've done that, you're going to want to go ahead and hire your team when it comes to your furniture builders, when it comes to your cleaners, when it comes to handyman, when it comes to a professional photographer. You can use different websites like Thumbtack to go out and hire these people for these kind of jobs. Once you have the property staged up and cleaned professionally, you're going to want to, of course, hire the professional photographer. Specifically, you should look for real estate photographers. Once you have professional photos, you're going to have all the information that you need to now go ahead and launch your property on Airbnb as a host. Now, once you launch the property on Airbnb as a host, you're going to want to set up the right cancellation policies, your cleaner fees, the right listing title and descriptions. You're going to want to set up the right pricing. You can use different softwares like Price Labs to set up your pricing, and you can use automation devices for messaging like scheduled messages inside of the Airbnb app. Once you've done that, you're going to be able to pretty much, sit back, relax. Now you have your listing launched. As long as you're priced correctly, as long as you're in a good location, as long as your professional furniture and staging and pictures are in place, you're going to start seeing bookings within the next 24 to 48 hours. Once you get those bookings, you're going to want to be super communicative with your guests who are going to be staying at your property, have the right check-in instructions, right checkout details for them. That way you can start attracting good reviews. Once you start attracting good reviews, that's going to do a lot of your marketing, and that's going to get you repeat new clients booking out your property. Now, if you're someone that got value out of this, definitely, make sure you shoot a like, shoot a follow, subscribe to this channel. But if you're looking for additional help, someone that can really help and guide you through every single step of the way, I have a program that's helped multiple students. I've helped multiple people hit Superhost inside of the Airbnb space. If you're someone that is looking for extra guidance, make sure to click the link in the description, fill out the form, book a call with me or my team. That way we can see if we can help you out and if you're a good fit for our program. Look forward to providing more value for you guys in the future. Subscribe and follow for more.